Alright, we're back at long last. And we are going to try to get this damn plastic done today. And I just gotta waste a whole lot of damn oxygen. I don't like you.
Yeah, it shouldn't happen this time though, so should just have to waste it this once.
I know. Okay, why did I just take damage from a pipe that should only have oxygen in it? Why am I taking damage there?
It's a good question.
Fix your shit.
I don't think oxygen should be that cold, right? Because I added GT6 cold hurting as well as hot hurting.
Well, fix your shit.
Wait, the pipes are empty. It shouldn't be hurting at all. Do you have a pipe on you?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Hey, look, we got oxygen. We got sulfur trioxide. There should be one in the box over there, I think.
Yeah, that's
It's just
definitely
hurting you even when it's not doing anything.
when it's empty. Yeah,
Yeah, that's an issue.
probably gonna. I don't have a wrench soon. You're gonna have to pick it up.
Yeah, somebody had to delete all our tools.
Well, something I've been wondering about pipes is I noticed that it seems I might be missing a few pipe materials or something. I noticed that GT6 has like rubber and plastic pipes and stuff.
Rubber, plastic, all kinds of good fun shit. Well, we now have ethylene and dilute sulfuric acid. So now we get to the part where we figure out what we're doing with that. The dilute sulfuric acid we can distill back into sulfuric acid. It's just going to cost us 1,000 liters by doing so. Or we could turn it back into water, but that we completely don't want to do. So it's just sulfuric acid that's heavy on water, apparently. Okay. And then our ethanol, or our ethylene, which is what we're needing to make plastic with, we need oxygen in another chemical reactor. A regular one is fine this time. We don't gotta do anything stupid. And that'll give us our polyethylene. And then we need that into an assembler for some things. And then a fluid solidifier for our plastic sheets. All right. So,
I'm actually wondering about the polyethylene recipe.
what
Why is
about
the
it?
amount that the ethylene uses equal to, you know, 2 ingots of like some metal instead of 2 buckets, even though ethylene isn't a solid?
Let me look. 288 and 2000 gives you 288. Yeah, I have no fucking idea. Did you get this recipe right from GT5U?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, they're the only ones with this recipe. Greg doesn't do it this way. Well, actually, Greg sort of does, but not exactly, because Greg just has plastic. He doesn't have all of the crazy shit that GT5U has, and yeah, it's definitely not. I'm loading up GT6 right now so we can look at how Greg actually does it. But you said in our chat that we have multi-pipes now, quads and nanucles,
Mhm.
which is good because we're going to need it because we've got to get these two things out of here. So good timing with that. So I'm gonna need, none of this shit should be of any significant heat. Yeah, so we can just use copper or bronze pipes for that as well and not have an issue. But the issue actually is that the way we set this up, I don't know what I'm doing with my sulfuric acid because we need to make as much sulfur dioxide as we can so we can run this damn roaster which so I need somewhere to put the stuff we're getting out of the dilute sulfuric acid. I need to figure out what I'm going to be doing with the sulfuric acid we get out of there. I do still have the acid batteries, I could do that. That's about all we have at the moment I can do with it. Until we use it to make the glycerol trinitrate, if we're going to do that CTM boosted crap. But that'll be a bit before we do that. I thought you had the vitriol stuff in here. I thought that part was already done. Even though I wanted to... Oh yeah, it's using nitric acid. Which is ammonia and oxygen. Yeah, I forgot. I hate the way those are done. Alright, GT6 just came up. Give me a second. Let me look and see what in the hell Greg did in here, because I don't make plastic that fucking often. I actually just said today that I was going to have to make some more. Because I had a big stream this morning getting my circuit room all set up in there. I need the regular plastic. Greg doesn't do this molten crap. I need the dust. So, yeah. Greg does titanium, tetrafluoride, and ethylene. One thing of titanium tetrafluoride and 100 liters of ethylene, and that gives you a plastic dust. Which you absolutely couldn't do in here because there's no way of us getting to titanium anytime soon. So Greg's is actually harder than what this is. So let me get some pipes made. And let me go grab a drum.
By the way, for plastic, I did have a thought. What if instead of calling it the plastic polyethylene, call it polyethylene plastic or something like that? Since there are different kinds of plastic, I think. Or are there different kinds of plastic in here?
Yes, there's PVC, the Teflon stuff, and then there's the regular. There's actually polystyrene as well, which is sort of a plastic. Polystyrene is that shit you get like fast food. That I don't even know what the hell you call it. Those food containers that are like squeaky. That's pyrostyrene. Polystyrene. But yes, there are multiple kinds of plastic in here. And yes, I would definitely prefer that, like, your plastic circuit board, which these circuit boards are still backwards. The plastic circuit board is called board plastic, which we can't make right now, but it's made with polyethylene. So yes, it would be nice if it actually said polyethylene plastic. That way somebody that needed plastic could just type in plastic and know that's what the fuck they're getting.
Okay, I actually thought of a better way to name it would be plastic, then put the plastic type in parentheses.
Yes, that would actually be better. I agree. I gotta make another damn distillery. Can you... What do we do with our... Oh, we never hooked it back up yet. Which is going to be an issue because we now have that right there. We might have to move this down here and put it there. But we're going to go ahead and use it now. Holy crap, somebody organized the box. Didn't we have another... What'd I do with the chemical reactor we took out of there? There it is. Alright, so there's the solidifier, there's the chemical reactor. I need a distillery, but I might be able to... No, probably still gonna need some circuits. Let me get some more aluminum thrown in here. So we're not wasting steam. I need some pipes. Oh crap, I gotta do these in sets. I keep forgetting that. I'm gonna do this. That. Do I have any more of these? I had one of these. Normal brass. No. Oh, that's going to be interesting. The fluid filter, you use the recipe from GT5, which I really hope you didn't get the code for how it works from GT5U.
No, I wrote that myself.
Good. But the recipe needs 2 advanced circuits to make it. So that means I can't make them yet. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna sort this shit till I get one made real quick.
Maybe shouldn't it be like maybe good circuit set or something?
Greg literally didn't use circuits for it in GT6. It was basically the same thing as the item filter, just done the opposite way. In here we use zinc foil and fine steel wire or carbon fiber to make the item filter. But in GT6, Greg uses a cover and then zinc foil. So, yeah, I would say at least make it take basic or good circuits just so it's available earlier. It doesn't need to be that late for just filtering fluids. Yeah, I guess that would be more in line with how it was in GT5U, but not making it quite as stupidly advanced. That there, and that. So now that should have, although it doesn't show it as, it connected, but you can't see the tank on it like you can the other things.
That's because
pipes don't have a fucking tank. Sorry. keep forgetting that, damn it.
It's just because the way that the system works is like it currently rejects the null side, and we'll probably use the null side to get the fluid. So they do have tanks now because I changed it to G6. I just haven't.
Yeah, I've got a problem for you.
Mm.
There's supposed to be a setting on a machine that you cannot input in through the output unless you actually hit it with a screwdriver and tell it no input or to allow input through the output side. As soon as I hit the output the fluid, it input the ethylene right back in the chemical reactor. So we're basically wasting ethylene right now because we're never going to be able to get that out of there.
I'm more curious about is why are there two salts full of sulfuric acid?
Oh, there wasn't supposed to be. One of those was supposed to be the ethanol. I didn't realize that we ran out of the ethanol, and yeah, it allowed sulfuric acid in both slots. You need to check that out. Yeah, that's just wasting more ethylene trying to get it into this drone. I'll wait until you get that worked out before we mess with that. Well, son of a bitch. Holy crap with all the creepers. Freaking march of the damn things. Took care of that one.
Okay, for now I hard-coded it so that I won't input to the output very soon.
Okay. Came over here for something. Oh. I need a blaze rod to make another distillery. Yeah, there's a few reasons why you would want your input and output the same, but very few reasons. So it's usually blocked unless you specifically tell it to do it. We don't have this out here on, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. And did I make... manganese, nickel... Did we get chrome yet? I was thinking we did. Start making some damn stainless. Manganese. Where the hell is the chrome? I thought we had some. Well, there's a couple. We don't have any more iron right now anyways. I gotta get some of that made up. So, never mind. I'll just make some more aluminum. We can always use some. I need to make some steel though too. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn this off for the moment and get that all made into steel.
Okay, so that's weird.
Hmm.
There are two polyethylene recipes that use ethylene. They're both basically the same except they're doubling the inputs for less output.
Naphtha, oxygen, ethylene and oxygen. ethylene and oxygen, naphtha, oxygen, and the tiny titanium dust. That's GT5's way of doing the Greg Tech 6 way of doing it. There's technically 3 ethylene. There's one with a circuit, and there's 2 without. No, there's 2 different ones with circuits. Neither one of those with circuits should exist. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the... No, that's not the stupid get rid of the... I have no idea, dude. This one's 288 for 288 and 2000. That one's 144 and 1,000 for 216. And that's 1,700 for 1,500. I have no fucking clue. Have you looked at GT5U to see if it had all 3 of these stupid things?
I haven't loaded up yet today. I'm actually wondering myself.
Let me load it up and see what the hell it had, because it's been forever since I've tried to make fucking plastic in GT5.
I might have to look on Wikipedia for how plastic is made.
Many kinds of polyethylene are known, with most having the chemical formula C2H4. Polyethylene is usually a mixture of similar polymers of ethylene with various values of N. Can be low density or high density. Low density polyethylene is extruded using high pressure, high temperature, while high density is extruded using low pressure and low temperature. Polyethylene is usually thermoplastic, but it can be modified to become... Polyethylene was first synthesized by a German chemist who prepared it by accident in 1898 while investigating diazomethane. The first industrially practical polyethylene synthesis was again accidentally discovered in 1933. Upon applying extremely high pressure, several hundred atmospheres, to a mixture of ethylene and benzyl dihydrate, they again produced a white waxy material because the reaction had been initialized by trace oxygen contamination in their apparatus. The experiment was difficult to reproduce at first. It wasn't until 1935 that another chemist developed this accident into a reproducible high-pressure synthesis for polyethylene that became the basis for industrial low-density polyethylene LDPE. Production began in 1939. Landmark breakthrough in the commercial production of polyethylene began with the development of catalysts that promoted the polymerization at mild temperatures and pressures. First of these was a catalyst based on chromium trioxide. Developed a catalyst system based on titanium halides. Which I'm guessing is where GT5 and GT6 comes up with the titanium tetrachloride thing. This is actually kind of funny. Polyethylene absorbs almost no water. The gas and water vapor permeability is lower than for most plastics. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, and flavorings, on the other hand, can pass it easily. Don't understand that one. Polymerization of ethylene to polyethylene is described by the following chemical equation. CH2 equals CH2 gas, CH2, Ethylene is a ethylene is a stable molecule that polymerizes only upon contact with catalysts. The conversion is highly exothermic, which means it makes a lot of heat. Coordination polymerization is the most pervasive technology, which means that metal chlorides or metal oxides are used. The most common catalyst consists of titanium chloride, which is titanium tetrachloride, the so-called Ziegler-Natta catalyst. Another common catalyst is the Phillips catalyst, prepared by depositing chromium oxide on silica. Polyethylene can be produced through radical polymerization, but this route has only limited utility and typically requires high pressure apparatuses. Method by which a polymer forms by the successive addition of free radical building blocks. What the fuck is all this shit? From what I'm reading here, none of this has anything to do with what we're currently doing. So good luck. If you can find a way that what we're currently doing makes any fucking sense chemically, let me know. What the hell did I load? That is not what I was supposed to be loading. What the fuck did I do? I did something stupid. That's what I did.
What'd you load?
GT Classic Testing Pack 3.0. Definitely not what I was supposed to be loading, which is GT5U 2.0. If I had just a little bit less shit in my multi-MC, especially shit that didn't look so damn similar, it might be okay.
No, you should just delete some of those sentences that you don't use anymore.
I'm going to show you what I have in my multi-MC right now. You try to tell me you could make heads or tails out of all that crap. And that's just my current multi-MC. I have my old multi-MC that has a whole bunch of other ones that I still haven't gotten rid of.
Yeah.
I have a lot of crap, alright? As people say, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I never know when I might end up needing something.
I see one pack there I don't think you'll ever need.
There's quite a few packs in there I'm never going to need. Like, I'm never going to need that Galactic Science again. I'm quite sure Junior is as done with that bullshit as he's ever going to get. I seriously doubt we're ever going to do the Be Happy one or the Chemical Exchange. I seriously doubt I'm going back and finishing all the mods 3. And there's a ton of those that say GT in them I don't need. I still have GT1 mod pack in the other one. It's not even in this one.
You also see you have that Tail to Pragtex thing that Yeah.
Yep, that thing can be deleted. I just need to sit down one of these days and actually do it. Alright, GT5 is loaded up. Let's go take a look at this real quick. But I would definitely say for sure one thing that doesn't make sense is the amount of fucking oxygen that is used in this recipe. Because it completely does not go with the Greg Tech way of doing things, which is the amount of inputs equals the amount of outputs. And the fact that it's taking like an entire bucket's worth of plastic or oxygen and only making that little bit is a little strange. Okay, so in here you have 6 different recipes for polyethylene. One takes a cell of oxygen and 144 ethylene and makes 216. And that has a circuit set to 1, but that's because it takes a cell. So the circuit recipe isn't needed because you just have the oxygen and the ethylene in the tanks, and it would make you 216. I still say that's way more oxygen than what it should have, but we'll leave that for another argument for another day. The other one is naphtha and air, and it's 144 naphtha with an entire cell of air, and it only makes you 72 polyethylene because you're using naphtha. This is, I think, the Factorio basically thing. That's why we have this plastic bullshit. That was fucking Bloody's whole thing. Was that's why we have everything being able to be cracked down to the most basics of shit, was because he believed that oil was not a fuel source. Oil was for plastic. You only could burn the shit to burn off excess that you didn't need. Everything for plastics or everything from oil production should be going to make you plastics. I fought like hell with him about that, but it was a Factorio thing that he went through all this shit. Okay. I think this might. I agree with you. It should be both. And I think here is where you have your other recipe, which is 288 ethylene with a can of compressed air and a programmed circuit of 1, and that gives you 288 polyethylene. So it's 288 to 288 using air instead of oxygen, but you don't have canned air. Correct. So we could be using air if your air vent will, if we can put an air vent just on a pipe or on a machine and it'll supply air, by this, we shouldn't even be needing oxygen. Oxygen is basically just a, by this it's 144 to 216 if you use oxygen. If you use air, it's 288 to 288. So there's like a bonus for use oxygen over air. And give me a second because I got fucking hiccups. We're trying to figure out this plastic bullshit. That's how it's coming. And then here's the naphtha with a tiny pile of titanium dust and 16 fucking things of oxygen. But it's 1296 naphtha to 1296 polyethylene. So if you don't use the titanium dust, your naphtha recipe is half. If you use the titanium and fuck tons of oxygen, it's 1-for-1 basically. And then the other recipe is ethylene and oxygen that gives you 1500, but that's basically a backwards recipe of the other one because that's with the ethylene in a cell instead of the oxygen in a cell. That should technically be about the same as the other one and same as this one. So why you have so many different ones in there, I don't know. And honestly, I would almost say fuck it and go with what I just read a few minutes ago and just use the Phillips method and use chromium trioxide. We have a arc furnace, so we can put chromium into the arc furnace and turn it into chromium oxide and then use that as a catalyst to promote the ethylene to polymerize and make polyethylene. We wouldn't need all the fucking oxygen. If you wanted to introduce air to it, we could do that. And we wouldn't be sitting here dumping ass tons of oxygen into this. It would make it a little more believable, a little more realistic, and we wouldn't need the titanium at this point, which you can't get. Technically, titanium. Where is the? Do you even have the titanium tetrachloride? Titanium bucket, niobium, titanium tetrachloride, which is rutile, carbon, and chlorine would make you titanium tetrachloride, but that needs 480, which is an HV, so you can't even make the titanium tetrachloride right now. But you could introduce that as another way of doing it, to not need the chromium thing. But they said that the chromium and the titanium thing was a catalyst, and catalysts aren't supposed to get used up. It's just there to promote the chemical reaction. So I don't even know that it technically should be using it. Greg does in GT6, but it only uses 1 liter per dust. So it's like very little titanium you're actually using. And Greg also doesn't have it, this high level to be able to make the titanium tetrachloride. It's literally made in a burner mixer at LV. And technically, you don't even need it to be that high, because the blasting of it to make the titanium needs to be HV. So the chemical reaction to make the titanium tetrachloride doesn't have to be HV, because you need HV to actually use it to make the titanium. So if you wanted to use that instead of, to make it more akin to the GT5 way or the GT6 way, you could do that as well. And if you just want to stick with the way GT5 does it, I would say just stick with this one with the oxygen, this one with the naphtha and the air, this one with the air and the ethylene, and that one. These two here aren't needed because they're reversed. Although I still don't understand why there's 16 fucking things of oxygen in that. I'm guessing because of the fact that they use so much oxygen or so much air in this one, it's to make it. Because what I was reading in Wikipedia, let me see if I still have that. Hold on a second. Let me bring that back up. Because the only thing that said anything about oxygen in that Wikipedia article I read was, caution your eyes, it's going to be a white fucking page. I don't think Wikipedia has fucking dark mode. But the only thing I seen in here about oxygen at all, or air, was when it said that the first one, see, the first industrial, no, this one here, who prepared it by accident while investigating diazomethane, which we don't use for this, when his colleague, who the fuck ever, the white waxy substance that he had created, they recognized that it contained large CH2 chains and termed it polyethylene. Where in the fuck was it I wrote that it only did it because of oxygen that was in the apparatus? I remember reading it, but I don't remember where the fuck I read it at now. Of polymers of ethylene. It can be low density, high pressure, high temperature. Usually thermoplastic, but it can be modified to become thermosetting instead. For example, cross-link polyethylene while double bond carbon pair. The first industrial practical polyethylene synthesis, diazomethane, is a notoriously unstable substance that is generally avoided in industrial applications. Was again accidentally discovered in 1933 by these guys upon applying extremely high pressure to a mixture of ethylene and benzohydrate. They again produced a white waxy material because the reaction had been initiated by a trace oxygen contamination in their apparatus. Where in the fuck does that mean 6 times the amount of oxygen to the ethylene? Trace amounts of oxygen. Fucking hell. The experiment was difficult to reproduce at first. It was not until 1935 that another chemist developed this accident into a reproducible high-pressure synthesis for polyethylene that became the basics for industrial low-density polyethylene production beginning in 1939. Because polyethylene was found to have very low loss properties at very high frequency radio waves, commercial distribution was suspended. The outbreak of World War III on World War II, imposing that the new process was used. Landmark breakthrough in the commercial production of polyethylene began with the development of catalysts that promote the polymerization at mild temperature and pressures. The first of these was catalysts based on chromium trioxide. In 1953, he developed a catalytic system based on titanium halides and organoaluminum compounds that worked in even milder conditions than the Phillips catalyst. The Phillips catalyst is less expensive, easier to work with. However, both methods are heavily used industrially. By the end of the 1950s, both of those were being used for high-density polyethylene production. In the 70s, the Ziegler system was improved by the incorporation of magnesium chloride. Catalytic systems based on soluble catalytics, whatever the fuck that is, were produced in 76 by those guys. Have produced a very flexible and copolymerizing ethylene with other olefins and have become the basics of wide range of polyethylene resins available today, including very low density and linear low density is a form of that shit. So, yeah. If it uses oxygen, it should use very little oxygen. But it should be using one of these two catalytic ways of doing it, because doing it this way takes very high pressure and very high temperature. So it shouldn't even be I would almost say that shouldn't even be done in a chemical reactor, because a chemical reactor doesn't have the especially not an LV one, it wouldn't have the pressure, it wouldn't be able to handle the pressure that's needed to make it. I still say fuck this polyethylene shit. Use Bakelite. I fought for that in GT5. Bakelite was the first fucking plastic, damn it. If we're making plastic, let's do it with Bakelite first. Bakelite is... Oh, hell. Give me a second. I'll look it back up again.
About Wikipedia, there's actually an add-on, a plugin for Chrome called Dark Reader.
Is there?
Allows you to turn any website into dark mode.
Oh, well, I need to find that motherfucker. Okay. Bakelite. Formerly polyoxybenzyl methylene glycoside is a thermosetting phenyl formaldehyde resin formed from a condensation reaction of phenol and formaldehyde, the first plastic made from synthetic compounds. It was developed in 1907 and patented on December 7th, 1909. But that requires you to have phenol and formaldehyde, which in GT5 is actually used for, well, GT5U. I keep saying that wrong. We actually have something. Phenol. Bisphenol A. Phenol. There's phenol. Which phenol in here doesn't even have a use other than a fuel in this one. Let me see. There is the this stuff. And there's this stuff that I have no idea what it is. Let me go back to GT5. That's this stuff. But where is the... phenol? Oh, yeah. In here, phenol isn't used. You only use the bisphenol A, whatever the hell that crap is. And you can use that to make the phenolic circuit board. And that's it. But there is a polyphenylstyrene sulfide, which is sulfur and benzene to make that stuff. So that's not the same shit. Which, by the way, I would like to point out that in GT5U, the coded circuit board or the phenolic circuit board does not need plastic. You put this stuff on the board. You have plastic being put on the board before you make it into a circuit. You're kind of doing a hybrid of GT6 and GT5U. So technically we should be able to make circuits right now without plastic. We only need the plastic, or we should only need the plastic for the other parts. Oh yeah, it's not plastic, it's poly. If I could fucking spell. Where is the polyethylene? Styrene, polyethylene, styrene. Am I fucking on crack? Polyethylene. Solidify into a sheet. We should need the polyethylene for making the NAND chips. We shouldn't need it for putting on the board. Did you actually change that? Because, no, right there. You're using the phenolic board in plastic to make the empty circuit board. Technically, this should be not here anymore, and we should just use this. This one still needs to get rid of. And then this is the old GT5 way of doing it with the wiring. And then the NAND chip and the basic circuit board. So you've got a weird amalgamation of the two. But technically, I would say if you're going to keep this one, then we should use the this board and put the wiring on it. You shouldn't need the plastic. I think the plastic was when we used silicon for the board. But then we decided to go for wafers and not use the silicon plate, and it just kind of became a bit of a mess. But since this is what you had, this is what I was going with and trying to get it done that way. Now, Greg uses plastic in GT6, but Greg also uses silicon dust and plastic and presses them together, and that makes the board, which makes a lot more sense than trying to use a silicon plate and a plastic plate. So we need to kind of do, damn it, I'm losing my voice again from this damn sinus bullshit. Give me a second, let me get a drink, see if I can get it back. Okay. What the fuck was I talking about? Circuits. So I would say we either use the GT6 where you can use any kind of silicon dioxide, which would be any kind of quartz or flint dust, and mix that with plastic, which I wouldn't even bother with the. I would use the fluid solidifier. Well, no, you can't. Because it doesn't have a solid and a fluid. I would almost say use that with silicon dust but yeah, the press would make more sense, I guess, because you would have to you have to mold them together. But I would almost say do a mixture of the two and then press them out or something. But we really need to figure out a way of doing this in a less shit way. Because technically, I think needing plastic this early just to be able to do circuits is a bit shit. And you can do the NAND chips without it. We either need to go back to the basic GT5 way of making circuits, which was the empty circuit board, and instead of using the wafer, use dust. And have dust and a plastic sheet in a press. And that makes your empty board. Get rid of that silicon plate bullshit that we've already technically gotten rid of. And then use the pressing the wiring on it for the basic board and then the NAND chips. So you would still need the plastic at this if we did it that way. Or go with the phenolic circuit board and not use the empty circuit board and then have it go with more of a basic version of this recipe instead of using a integrated logic circuit, resistors, and fine wire. Just have it use this and the NAND chips in place of this. And maybe throw some resistors in it. I don't know. The NAND chip is supposed to be like the resistors, capacitors, that stuff, where you're not going to need resistors, capacitors. It would just be the NAND chips and this. The only issue with that is it doesn't have any. I would say it definitely needs to have some copper wiring, or put this circuit board with the basic wiring that we have here. The etched wiring, which I don't know why in the hell that says MV, because that's not MV, that's LV and MV. that uses that. It shouldn't have
Moo, moo,
MV at
moo,
all.
moo. Moo, moo, moo,
It should be etched copper wiring and etched gold wiring. It shouldn't be MV and HV. That's just somebody being stupid.
Hmm.
And either way you decide to do it, you're still going to want to make plastic this early, because you're either going to need the plastic if you do the plastic and the silicon dust, or if you do it this way, you're going to want the plastic to make your NAND chips, so you don't have to use the fucking steel item casing. So either way, you're going to either need or want to make plastic this early on. But I definitely think it needs to have a little bit of a rethink on this part, mainly because the idea of this board is that the glue is your resin that's holding it together, which is basically what the plastic is making the substrate stuck together. So by putting plastic and that board together, it's kind of redundant. You might as well just add in the recipe back for the plastic circuit board, which was, this one, which was a plastic sheet, copper foil, and sulfuric acid, made the plastic circuit board. And then that was used for your in your later on recipes. This was your more advanced way of doing the phenolic board. So I don't really care which way you do it, but one of those two things kind of needs to be changed. Because would you stop mooing over there? I'll get to you in a minute. Hi, XAR. How you doing? No, I'm not paying attention to you. This is where I need to get this new thing that I want to get. Where in the hell did I saved this thing somewhere. Hold on. I need to download the damn thing so I can I want to play this for you and others. I gave it to Junior. Ignore the kid's voice you hear at the beginning. Oh, wait a minute. You're probably not going to hear it. Yeah, you're not going to hear it because I'm not on my desktop. Hold on. Let me get this to right there. Okay. Does this have... Yes. Okay. This is the new sound alert I want for you and the other motherfuckers.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
I just need to get the kids part out of it because I don't need the kids part at the beginning. What's with the red light? What fucking red light? Oh, that is where I made a marker somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think
Yeah,
I
possible.
died there.
Yeah, that's where you blew up the machine, remember?
Oh yeah, that's where I died there. Trin's fault. And for some reason, we're blaming you for that. For some reason I can't get rid of it because it's not in my things. Now it's I don't know what's with that. I don't know how to get rid of it because it's not even a death marker in my waypoints. I don't know what the fuck's adding that shit. But it's kind of just a memorial to Bear's an idiot and blew something up. I don't remember what I blew up. I blew up something. I did a thing. You know how it works. Bear did thing.
It was a battery box.
Was it a battery box I blew up? I knew I blew up
I think
something.
Because you put
Something
it down
went boom.
You put the battery
That
box.
you're absolutely right. That is what it was. I put down a battery box thinking it was a transformer. Transformers. And tried to put MV into an LV battery box. It didn't go well. Oh, it made Bear go boom. And I don't like it when Bear goes boom.
But yeah, Bear, out circuits. Honestly, it'd be nice if Ramasa had actually put out like a sort of filter or something what he had planned for circuits, so I could just have one system.
It would be. I can't disagree with that. And the thing is, you could go with the basic GT5U way of doing it. But if you go with the basic GT5U way of doing it, you have to deal with, and I'll almost guarantee you, Murmasa completely planned on doing the full GT5U 09 bullshit multi-level hard circuit crap. Because nobody played with GT5 08. I'm the only person that played with 08, and I played with 08 as a teaching tool of how to do GT5, because 08 was great for that, because it gave you the GT5 way of doing things, which didn't have all the psycho oil shit and didn't have all of the crazy recipes for circuits. GT508 is the original. Yes, GT5.08. It's not the last one Greg did. The last one Greg did, his last GT5 update, was 0707. 08 branch, there's two different branches of GT5U. There's GT5U .08 branch and there's .09 branch. The .09 branch is the fully bloody, losing his mind, changing oil circuits and adding fuck tons of chemistry shit everywhere. The 08 branch was just bloody, taking ideas from GT4 and trying to get GT5 to fusion. So the .08 branch adds in the large turbines, because those weren't in GT5 when Greg got done. It added in the fucking soldering iron so you could actually do all the maintenance on all the things, because Greg still hadn't gotten that done before he fucked off to GT6. And it added in the fusion reactor, and there was a couple other things that Bloody did in that one just to get it to where you could finish GT5 up to fusion. And then, like I said, 09 is where him and everybody else just kind of lost their fucking minds and made GT5U what everybody knows of it today, and made everybody decide that that wasn't even grindy enough. Greg has watched me play GT5U, or at least parts of it, and XAR at least knows how bad GT6 is with chemistry and the amount of time it takes to get all the different systems and stuff set up that you need to do. But it isn't really grindy per se. There's parts of it that you can kind of consider grindy, but they're usually later game. Most things in GT6 are complex, not grindy. You're not doing stupid shit for stupid reasons just to try to add complexity. You build a system and that system works. Like, just use the titanium thing. Greg has almost the same exact way of doing titanium in GT6, where you use rutile and carbon and chlorine to make titanium tetrachloride. But his uses only his uses calcite as well. But the titanium tetrachloride that you then use to make the titanium is not lossy. When you mix your titanium tetrachloride and your magnesium dust together, which is not done in the blast furnace, it's done in a chemical reactor, or it's done in a bath, actually. You get out the titanium dust, which then you smelt. And you get out a magnesium chloride, which has the exact amount of magnesium and chlorine that went in to make the titanium tetrachloride and the original magnesium dust. So you take the magnesium chloride, you electrolyze it, you get the shit back, and you just run it back through. You don't lose it. In this, you lose it, because the magnesium chloride, when you chemical react it with sodium, which is not how Greg does it, because magnesium and sodium are, in a lot of chemical things, the same thing, which is why they do it this way, is because the sodium is supposed to take the place of the magnesium, because you can kind of do that in chemistry. But you notice you lose too small magnesium. So in the GT5U way of doing it, you constantly have to feed this thing sodium and magnesium, because if you notice, when the sodium takes the place of the magnesium, it fucking disappears. It just fucking disappears. It should make salt, sodium chloride. which you then should turn into sodium and chlorine. But it doesn't do that. It just goes, fuck you, I'm taking 1/4 of your magnesium and all of your fucking sodium, and you're gonna like it. Where in GT6, all you have to do is feed this original reaction with calcite and carbon. Calcite and carbon is all you have to feed to this first reaction. Everything after that is a loop. It just infinitely loops around, feeding your chlorine back in here and your magnesium into here, and you make titanium. It's way better in GT6. It's not grindy. You don't have to keep feeding weird shit in here and there just to try to simulate some sort of reaction that doesn't even do a reaction, because where the fuck is my sodium, asshole? And where the hell's the rest of my magnesium? When XAR first seen the GT6 way of doing it, he's like, whoa, what the fuck? Why am I not needing to keep feeding this magnesium? This isn't right. I was like, no, this is right. This is GT6. You're thinking GT5. Everything you remember from GT5U, store away in a little room and lock it up. It does not exist in GT6. It's involved, but only mining is grindy. Correct. Your main grinding in GT6 is the fact that you have to mine manually until you can get a bedrock miner. And then you can mine all the things if you can find all the spots. And he's made that less and less grindy because you can use explosives and just blow the fuck out of everything. I have Harmony Gigaspace. What the fuck? I don't even know where to start with that sentence. Seriously, though, GT5U is out of hand at this point. No fucking shit. What kind of moron would make GT5U more grindy than intended? New Horizons. Impact. That's who would make GT5U more grindy than intended. The fact that both of them require you to feed nitrogen into a blast furnace to make fucking aluminum, which I still cannot find anything that says that you need to cook aluminum in a nitrogen-rich environment. I have not found one thing that says this. I found a whole lot of different things, but not that.
Honestly, Bear could probably actually be cooked in a furnace for the fact that breaks progression.
Try that one more time.
See, honestly, Bear, aluminum could probably be cooked in a furnace if it wasn't for the fact that would break progression.
Which is why Greg actually allows this in GT6, but you have to make the aluminum, which is the harder part, because you have to make alumina, and aluminum is a whole fucking project. You know how some people say, we're going to work on this, so clear your calendar for the day? No. You're going to work on aluminum in GT6. You're going to clear your calendar for the week, maybe the month. Because it's a whole project just getting aluminum. But once you get the aluminum dust, it can just be thrown in a low heat extruder and made into whatever. It might actually be smeltable in a furnace, but I don't think so, But yes, it is a very low temperature thing and can be done very easily. But that's the same with titanium. Titanium's melting point is only like 1900 Kelvin. It is roughly the same amount as iron. The fact that GT5U has it as a hot ingot that requires the vacuum freezer is strictly progression. They don't want you getting titanium before they want you to have it. If I was personally doing it, I wouldn't have titanium. I wouldn't have titanium as a hot ingot. I wouldn't have hot ingots for anything that was above or at or above like tungsten level. I am kind of bleh on the whole hot ingot thing. Anyways, that you have to vacuum freeze a ingot to cool it down is just kind of bleh in the first place. I would make the chemical reaction where I was saying earlier that, you know, the chemical reaction shouldn't need HV because you have to have an HV blast furnace to do it. See, I would do it the other way around. I would have the cooking of it, sure, have it use a blast furnace, but have it use a blast furnace at the same thing as steel and aluminum, but have the chemical reaction stuff take HV if you want to gate it. One or the other is fine. Just don't make it do both. And the whole vacuum freezer thing, in my opinion, should only really be used to go with the air. You know, the air distillation thing that you have added. That should technically go into a vacuum freezer. Because you need cryo distillation. It needs to be liquid air, not gas. So using the vacuum freezer for that is what I would go with, but that's not the way GT5 did it. And then you wouldn't be able to just throw air into a distillation tower. You'd have to have a vacuum freezer. And I think actually GT5U did something similar to that. Air. Dun, dun, dun. Go over here. Liquid air. This stuff. It's centrifuged, but it gave you nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and then noble gases. And then the noble gases, you got the carbon dioxide, helium, methane, and deuterium out of it. Where in GT6, it is argon, helium, neon, CO2, nitrogen, and oxygen in a cryo distillation tower. So I would personally do it where you have to put the oxygen into the vacuum freezer to get it down to liquid temperature, and then that would have to go into the distillation tower that would then give you all the things. But we haven't gotten to that point in here, so I haven't complained about that yet. Bear is not a hot ingot. Don't be looking at my butt. I know you looking at my butt, pervert. It's only worse for uranium hexafluoride. Yes, the uranium hexafluoride thing is worse than the aluminum, but just barely. Don't think there's a vacuum freezer cold enough to cool him off, though. Glad all y'all think I'm hot. More importantly, we can't make a vacuum freezer large enough to contain him. Shush it, you. Air, not oxygen. Did I say oxygen in there? If I did, I was wrong. Now, what the hell did you say? I need to get away from this macerator a minute. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me grab those. And y'all just sit there and hold the fuck on a second. I'll be right back. You know, the server shits itself just a little bit less when you actually type stop in the motherfucker and tell it to stop rather than just force closing the damn thing.
Who would have guessed?
Shut up, Hugh. Oh, for fuck's sakes, I didn't delete the old ones. Now I got 2 of these in here. Which ones do I need? 41 and 48. Okay. Copy. Paste that there. And server's on its way up. One of these days, I need to go back and actually do a playthrough of GT5U08. I actually like that one. It's not something you're going to play for an entire year, which is why nobody in the current GregTech community likes it. It's what honestly should have been what they did for that Omnifactory, Nomnifactory bullshit. Because if I remember correctly, that was a dumbed down version of GT5 CE and CEU accordingly. What they should have done is, made a version of the 08 branch, because it's technically a dumbed down version of GT5U without all of the psychochemistry shit in there and psycho circuit shit in there. They didn't dumb down GTCEU, they dumbed down Power Resource Gen to the point of being free. Oh. See, I've never played either one of them. I won't play Omnifactory because it's built off of Archtech, and fuck Archtech. Fuck it in its cold dead ass. And I've never done Archtech is GTCE. I refuse to call GTCE GregTech. It is not GregTech. It is a cancer on the hairy ass of GregTech. It used GregTech ideas. It used GregTech resources, but it never fucking had the balance or the coherency of GregTech. I got talked into playing a pack that turned out to be CEU. I thought it was, being CE. Yeah, don't ever. Arch is the guy that made CE. He's the reason why I wouldn't touch GTCEU for a long fucking time. Trends thinks me and Muramasa don't get along. He should see me and Arch try to talk. We really don't get along. I've been banned out of his fucking server 2 or 3 times now. People just keep letting me back in. So I'm actually in there currently. I haven't looked in there in over a year, but I'm currently still in there because I'm an idiot. But I could just open my mouth and Arch would ban my ass. Because to me, it's absolutely stupid to build something called a ENET and have your machine say they take EU and not be compatible with the mod that originated EU, which is IC2. And that was one of his biggest things was, I'm better than IC2. My ENET is better than IC2's ENET, so I won't be compatible with their inferiority. And I basically told him that they are DU units, dumb units. Yes. I told him that, if it wasn't for IC2, you would have never had an EU because Greg would have never had an EU. So you're a fucking idiot. If you're going to call it EU, then you fucking make it compatible with IC2. The only other thing that uses EU, moron. And that got me banned. Because I'm an asshole. GT5UBs are finally coming to CEU next update or 2. GT5UBs. I thought forestry doesn't exist post 112. Yeah, GTCEU is still 112. The port they have to 119 is somebody else that ported it. It's not the main team working on it that did the porting.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah. It's 119, 120, Forge Fabric all at the same time. Yeah, that kind of sounds like what this is trying to do with being Fabric and Forge at the same time for no fucking reason. He needs to pick a damn lane.
Yeah, I won't, because I actually like Fabric.
Yeah. Okay, so what did this fix? A, it should fix the fact that I have ethylene in here and sulfuric acid in here, right? So I just need to...
After you break and replace stuff.
Yeah, well, let me see if I can save as much of this ethylene as possible. No. No, I won't. Yes, I will. For fuck's sakes, would you please make it that if I use a wrench to pick up a damn drum, it's magnetic and goes in my damn inventory? Okay, it's not going in there anymore. It's going in the drum where it's supposed to go. Good. The dilute sulfuric acid, I really don't give a fuck about. Fuck me, all that yibber yabbering about almost had weeds take out my IC2 crossbreeding. Yeah, you gotta love fucking weeds and IC2.
Also, by the way, speaking of criticality, I was thinking of adding some of the multi-blocks from that. Basically, the large versions of some basic machines in the processing array.
Okay. The processing array I agree with. I love that fucking thing. And depending on what multi-blocks you want to add, I'm all for that too. Because I like having multi-blocks for a lot of the things. As long as it makes sense. As long as it's not too stupid. And yes, this is seriously fucking slow. I have no idea why it's taking this long to move this shit.
Wait, why is it processing?
And I don't know what it's processing right now. There shouldn't be anything it could be able to process right now. Let's see what it does. We made ethylene out of ethylene and sulfuric acid. Well, you know what? You done fucked me out of ethylene anyways. I'll take it. Gregicality is a great mod. Shame it was built on top of a dumpster fire. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that. Is it using anything?
The recipe is sulfuric acid and ethanol. It's
Oh, there's no ethanol to be had right now. Let's just do this. You go away for now, alright? And why do we have ethylene back in there again? Where did it get that? Look here.
pipe.
Does the pipe actually have a tank now?
Yeah, they do. I told you. I use it. I made it to have a G6 system.
Okay. But I can't see a pipe. I can't see a tank. Like with machines, it shows me a tank. That doesn't show me a tank. That's why I asked. Okay, so let's do the thing. Make the thing, do the thing. Fucking hell, I got water in both tanks of this. Let's fix that. Come on. Put the water in there now. Well, fuck, now I broke it. Now I don't get water. Why can I not have water? Give me my water. See, pipe doesn't say it has water. Which if that's not getting water... Are these getting water? They still say they're full at the moment. Did you break something with this? Because see, when we shift, it does not show us a tank in there. You want to go grab a drum and make sure we're still able to collect water? There's one right here. Stick that somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have a... Here. Have a wrench. I'll make some more wrenches in a bit. Whoa. You did something on the server. Holy shit. The server just couldn't keep up for a second. And I just rubber band.
You got knocked the fuck out!
I hate it when it does that.
Yeah, the pipes are working right for water, so it's not that.
Okay, well then, why am I not getting... Wait a minute. Give me that wrench. I want to make sure... It should have the output to the back by default. So it shouldn't be the input to the output thing, which it's not, because I just moved it that way like it's supposed to. So what the fuck happened to my... Oh, hey. Why are these not connected? They were connected. But they ain't connected now. Oops. I'll fix that later. I just want to... I wonder what got in there that it decided to void the fucking pipes. Because something had to have gotten in there to void the fucking pipe. Alright, so there's the sulfuric acid, and the ethanol is now in there. And there's our dilute sulfuric acid and our ethylene. And see, I still can't see it in there. Although, technically, it's not in there at the moment. I'll do that and that. But yeah, you can't see what's in that pipe, which is an issue. We need to know what's in the fucking pipe. What's in the box? Okay, so did you change the filter? Yes, it uses good circuits and a shutter. So we need to make a shutter and a filter real quick. So that means we need good circuits, which is the basic circuits and NAND chips. And copper etching wire lost its texture when you changed its name.
Oh yeah, because I changed the ID.
Okay. Fix your shit. Okay, and making this is now silicon dust. It's supposed to be silicon dioxide, but we can deal with silicon dust. I'm fine with that. We just need to assemble them. That works fine.
Also, did you notice the name of plastic now?
No, I haven't looked at it that close yet. Can you go change those fucking water pipes out? I just found those. I'll look at that in just a minute. I want to try to actually... Where the fuck did I put all the damn... We have 60 million fucking silicon here some fucking where. What the hell did I do with it?
Right, Bear, I need your wrench.
Bear, I need your wrench. Bear, I need your wrench. Fuck off and take my wrench. What is that meme, as you kids call it? Shut up and take my money. Instead, shut up and take my wrench. Seriously, what the fuck did I do with the things?
don't know why, Bear, but saying you take your wrench sounds kind of perverted for some reason.
You're gonna take my wrench and you're gonna like it, bitch. That just sounds a little aggressive now. Seriously, what the fuck did I do with all the damn silicon? We only electrolyzed like 6 million fucking quartz dust. There's some silicon. Fuck me. Why am I trying to do this? I don't have the... Didn't I need plastic for that? Am I losing my brain? Yeah, I need fucking plastic sheet for that. Which is plastic polyethylene sheet. Beautiful. I can't even do this right now anyways. I gotta do what they handle. Would you make me a couple fucking circuits before I lose my damn mind over here? Fuck my brain. I'm making red steel so I can make you some damn stuffing things. You know, stuffing things. A wrench. Oh, and I still have to macerate the damn black bronze to make the dust to do the things. So I need nickel, steel. I have nickel. 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 A little nickel for your pickle. Not quite sure you'd want a little nickel in your pickle, but you know, AO to each their own. So we just need one black bronze. Do this and shove you back up there. Holy shit. You need to get out of here. I need the filter on the macerator for the coal. The coal's kind of full. But I've been trying to get the plastic done so we can automate the circuits, so we ain't got to keep doing these stupid hand circuits. And so I haven't messed around with any of the filter shit yet.
Do you have a lot of copper made up?
No. That's like all the copper we have right now. We might be a little bit low on fucking copper. I've got to go mining. Here, I'm washing some copper right now. Well, I would be if, you know, we didn't have 16 million cinnabar blocking up all the things. Because I need to get that done too. I gotta do all the things. Oh, it was funny the other day. Greg was watching me do Impact. I think he enjoys watching me bitch at that pack. As he came in and I was using a soft hammer. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot all about the soft hammer being the wrong damn direction." And I said, "Yep." And I said, "Do you even know why the soft hammer is the wrong fucking direction, Greg, in GT5U?" And he said, "No, I never did figure out why the fuck he changed that. I said it's because they never got a Greg Tech cable working in GT5U. So the go-to table to use was, the go-to table to use was the forestry work table, which did a ghost image, which is blacked out. So, and it, when you hover over it, it doesn't really show you, the right stuff. I can't remember how it worked. But basically, it was because the two ghost images looked identical. That was the reason why Bloody changed the soft hammer to a soft mallet and turned it the opposite direction. So when you have a ghost image, you can tell which one is the soft hammer and which one is the regular hammer, because the maintenance thing took both of them to make it.
Does that mean I actually should make the soft hammer face the other direction?
That is completely up to you. You still haven't fixed this. We still have 64 dust in the thing. You realize this?
I'm not actually sure what's up with that right now.
Oh, okay. So there's a reason why you haven't fixed it yet. I got it. As long as there's a reason. Still annoying, but as long as there's a reason. And yeah, I don't know. Like Precus said, he says it's nice for when you're looking around in your backpack. I personally never had that issue. I've never had an issue with not being able to tell which is the soft hammer and which is the regular hammer, because, well, the soft one is either made of wood, so it's brown, or it's made of rubber, and Greg has the rubber one kind of curved, so you can tell the difference between the head of the rubber or plastic one from the regular hammer. I don't see where it's an issue being the opposite direction. I just find it funny, because it's the only tool that goes that direction instead of that direction that's a hammer. All the other ones go that direction, but they're, I don't know. I always found it weird. Greg finds it weird, but honestly, people are kind of used to it, and who really gives a shit? It never really made a big deal to me, because I hate that fucking forestry work table. I never used the damn thing. What the fuck was I doing before I was getting you copper? That's what I was doing. Okay, there's a whole stack of it here. Let's get all of this into there. This can...
Okay, so that was I made red ally cables instead of red ally wires.
You made red alloy cables instead of just the wires.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Oh, that's another thing. You do realize you really need to get solar panel or solar panel covers, whichever way you're going to do it, before we have something for farming. Because trying to run cables out to a harvester thing is going to be really expensive. And if you're going with the GT5U recipe for the harvester, please use the BDE one that uses MV, not HV. You should not have to be all the way to fucking HV to make a harvester. That's fucking ridiculous. That was another thing we changed in BDE, was we had to take robotic arms that were MV instead of HV, and a MV machine casing instead of an HV. Because fuck that shit. You might hate Tinkers, but you have to admit their crafting station is great. I cannot disagree with you, and I don't hate Tinkers. Tinkers, on its own, is actually quite fun and interesting to play with. What I hate about it is the fact that it's so OP for its tools that nobody else's tools ever get used. Like, why would you make a GregTech drill if you have a Tinker's hammer and pickaxe? Why would you make a GregTech jackhammer if you have a Tinker's hammer or pickaxe? GT drill blows a Tinker's hammer out of the water, though. Maybe not in GT6. Well, I don't know, because I've never put Tinkers with GregTech. I find using Tinkers and or MFR counterintuitive of using GregTech, because they are the most basic of basic mods, and GregTech is the complete opposite. So I don't use the two together. But how can you say a GT drill can blow a Tinker's hammer out of the water, especially in GT5 in 1710, where you have that extra bullshit mod? No, GT drills do one block at a time. Drills do not do 9 by 9 by 9. What in the hell do you think? I have no idea what you're thinking of that does a 9 by 9 by 9. The closest thing you have to that would be a 3 by 3 by 3, and that's dynamite. That's not a drill. And that takes placing. The only tool I know of that can do a 9 by 9, but it's a 9 by 9 by 1, is that stupid infinity drill that I have in HE, which itself is fucking stupid. But
I need a little bit of steel.
Here you go. There was something in here I needed. There it is. Well, it's not shit, in my opinion. I love... What is bitching? Why is bitching? We have full power. Nothing should be bitching. Shut the fuck up. Do your job. Don't piss me off. But I'm also not one of the everything has to be 3 by 3. I'm perfectly fine with it just being fast. And a GT drill, especially if you're going with a jackhammer, is fucking fast. Depending on what you're going through. If you're going through like marble and limestone, stuff that's easier to break than regular stone, you can almost run with a pretty basic GT drill through that shit. A jackhammer will just fucking eat everything. Rather just bring a few fast picks and break them than run out of power mid-mining. Well, in GT6, you don't have that issue because you can make the batteries that are 8 fucking million. It takes a long time to run that out of fucking power. You have the IC2 chargers that can charge the drills. You can make backpacks that hold fucking power. And a drill will last a lot longer because drills have the essentially unbreaking on them to where they only take damage. What is the thing you just told me the other day, friends?
Hmm.
A drill has a chance, some kind of chance that it takes durability rather than EU. So it doesn't take durability.
5% chance.
Yeah, there's a 5% chance that the drill itself will take damage rather than EU. So it lasts way fucking longer than a pickaxe. So I would much rather use a drill than a pickaxe. Because again, you don't have to have millions of them. But that's why I like the fact that you should be able to change tips in GT6. You could disassemble them in GT5. You just can't do shit with them once they break in GT6. I'm already on my third fucking drill in GT6.
Greg still refuses to do anything with repairing broken drills.
He hasn't refused. 2 years ago, he said to Ethrin that it was a good idea that we could change the fucking tip, and that he was adding it to his to-do list. It's been on that to-do list for over 2 years now, and he still hasn't done it. So it's not that he's refusing to do it, he's just being an ass and not doing it. I think it's because he said he had to do a whole refactor of how the drills work and shit, and that he would also fix the gem-tipped pickaxes that they're basically going to be kind of like the drill, to where the gem tips on the pickaxe will break, but then you're still going to have a steel pickaxe, because that was mine and Overmind and just about everybody else's complaint, is you're putting gem tips on a steel pickaxe, but you're losing 3/4 of the durability of the steel pickaxe by putting the tips on it. So if you made a diamond tipped steel pickaxe, it wasn't as good as a diamond pickaxe or a steel pickaxe. It was worse, but you could mine things at level 3 instead of only level 2 with it. And Greg's idea for the diamond tipped pickaxes was so, like, if you had crappy pieces of diamonds but you didn't have any actual diamonds and you wanted a level 3 pick, you could use the tipped pickaxe to get you more diamonds so you could make a proper pickaxe. Or you could use like amber on it if you only had a few pieces of amber to make a Silk Touch pickaxe or what the fuck ever. But it's just so crap that nobody ever uses them because it's not really that hard to get the rest of the gems to do the thing. And so Overmind and convinced him that once the tips break, you still have a steel pickaxe. You can either put more tips on it, or you can continue to use it as a steel fucking pickaxe. It doesn't make the steel pickaxe that the tips are put on completely useless. I'm not a fan of 3x3 mining in general. I'm kind of iffy about it. I like 3x3 if I'm just trying to clear an area. I don't like 3x3 if there's going to be ores scattered in there because I end up going too fast. When I'm using a 3x3 mining thing, I'm just thanklessly going forward. And I end up breaking things that I want to Silk Touch or whatever. When you don't have that issue, like with GT5, it's not as big of a deal. Because you don't need to Silk Touch things. They just drop as the ore. Except for the small ones, and who really gives a shit about the small ones? But I don't see where it has to be a necessity, which is how everybody treats it most of the time, because they're like, oh, well, it doesn't do 3x3, so I won't use it. And I don't think it should be one of those, well, if you don't have it, I can't use it because it's not going to do it. I am perfectly fine with using a single block pickaxe or drill as long as it, has some decent speed to it.
All your circuits are done.
Okay, thank you.
Also, speaking of the jackhammer, I was thinking, should I just remove the jackhammer and just do a single block at a time?
As long as the jackhammer is still doing, if you're going to have the drill be able to do the mode thing like it can, which, by the way, it still says mode set to true and mode set to false. Still doesn't say what that mode is, but I guess it says in here 3x3 mining disabled, so I guess it tells you. So I guess it's fine. But if this is going to have a 3x3 mode, the jackhammer should as well. Just, it cannot break anything but fucking stone. It can't break gravel. It can't break sand. It can't break ores. It only breaks stone. Cobblestone or obsidian. The only three things that motherfucker should be able to break. Because if it breaks my ores and turns them to crush, like fucking Greg did in GT6 starting out, going to scream and yell and bitch and moan and groan because that was fucking stupid. If I'm mining 3x3, give me an early game magnet backpack. See, That's exactly the opposite of Greg and GT6. Because Greg and GT6, the jackhammer, does not have magnet unless you specifically make it magnetic. Where the drill is magnetic, that's your... In Greg's mind, a jackhammer is meant to be fast and messy. Because if you think about how you use a jackhammer, it just throws shit everywhere. That's how Greg intends it to be. I bitched about it because, to me, electric tools in GT6 are all magnetic, but not the fucking jackhammer. We have an issue with oxygen now. What the fuck did I do? Oh yeah, I disconnected this because we were having issues with the hydrogen. That one's on me. Can you make us a shutter cover? I still don't have oxygen in there. Why the fuck do I not have oxygen in there? I have oxygen in... I thought I had oxygen in. Hold on. I got this. Just use some aluminum. We have more aluminum at this point than we do fucking iron. And just make a shutter cover. Unless Junior and I are doing Impact tonight, I might get on here and do some fucking processing and mining tonight after dinner.
I still need iron for the door.
Oh. Here. We have roaster. Use that. Okay, I'm still not getting fucking oxygen in here. What the ever-living hell? Oh. Probably all going that way, which don't quite understand why we would be getting it all going that way. It's still not... Look here. Look here, motherfucker. Why you no give me my motherfucking oxygen? Oxygen's building up in there. Oxygen's coming through here, going in there. It should be going into there. Why you no do the thing?
Wait, it might be facing wrong direction.
No. I know what the problem is. You changed the don't allow inputs in the output. The input fluid hatch considers that facing that is the actual input as an output, and I had to turn the input hatch sideways to get it to accept.
Yeah, I should probably fix that.
Yeah, you might want to do something about that. How do you even download Impact? It's on Curse, but I downloaded it from their website. And is it playable? No, that's questionable. Do you like to mine? If yes, don't play this fucking pack. On a scale of 1 to TFR, how playable is it? I never played Terra Firma Rescue because fuck that bullshit, that's retarded. But it's completely playable. It's just the fact that I would honestly say, if you want to see how playable it is, go watch the stream that me and Junior did, our first stream of it, and see just how much issue we had with me knowing GT5, very well. Don't look at the comments that think that, me and Junior are just some drunk idiots that don't know what we're doing, because that's just fucking funny. I even had one of those fucking Russian morons that you can tell that they can't tell what me and Junior are saying, because in one of the last ones, I literally started the stream off with, by the way, if you're watching me play this because you enjoy this pack or you want to learn this pack, go watch somebody else, because this is literally me and Junior taking the piss out of this pack and bitching about fucking everything every step of the way on how stupidly they fucked up GregTech 5. And then the dude in the comments said, you guys should, this is an improvement on GT5. You should go play an easier pack first so you understand the basics of GregTech before you try this pack. And it's like, motherfucker, you don't even know who the fuck you're talking to. Half the tooltips in this bitch were either written by me or were repaired so they're readable and followable by me. I tested this bullshit and made sure all this shit worked in the original GT5U. So GT New Horizons playable when? When I can do it without fucking magic, gay ass, foo fairy wand having emo cut myself bullshit in the fucking pack. That is when I will play New Horizons and fucking bitch about every step of the way how they do it. Until I can take Witchery, Thaumcraft, and Blood Magic out of the fucking pack, I ain't playing the shit. Because fuck that magic crap. Fuck it in its ass. Fuck it till it dies. And then fuck it again. No. No. I didn't say touch them. I said the motherfuckers ain't in the pack. I ain't playing with no voodoo bullshit in the fucking pack. I ain't playing with no fucking Satanist fucking emo bitch blood magic bullshit in my fucking pack. And those hungry nodes and taint biomes can literally go and fuck themselves. I am not getting my ass boomeranged around by a fucking hungry node ever again. Hungry nodes can fucking blow me. I fucking went and was bitching about the... Let me get away from this fucking loud ass macerator. Whose idea was it to make this macerator so fucking annoying? Oh. I was bitching about fucking hungry nodes, and somebody was like, dude, I don't know why you're going off. Hungry nodes are really, really rare. You usually have to go like 10,000 blocks away from spawn before you ever find one. It's fine. And if you just build walls around the taint biomes, they won't expand, and you don't have to worry about them either. It's not a big deal. And then me and Shadow went into play Bevo's Tech Pack, because he has a hard-on for that fucking pack. And we walked into the Nether, and there's a fucking Hungry Node right there. A little bitty baby one that couldn't pull a block in yet. And Shadow goes, "Hey, what is that?" And I said, "No, don't go anywhere near that, you jackass. That's a Hungry Node. It'll eat your ass." And he's like, "But it's a node. We can break nodes." I was like, "No, don't do it." And that motherfucker went over there, got ate by the motherfucker. And so then it just started eating all the pigmen, started eating all the fucking blocks. And it was right at our fucking spawn in the fucking Nether. We walked like 100 blocks and ran into that motherfucker. No more Hungry Nodes. Not ever. Not doing it. Fuck off. Eat my ass. It's a glorious thing to watch as long as it doesn't suck you. Yeah, and it can suck me right on my asshole. Right after a good thing of applesauce. By the way, applesauce does terrible things to my belly. You don't want to see what comes out after I eat applesauce. No. Fuck that shit. I hate Hungry Nodes. I had a quantum suit on once and got caught by one of those fucking things. I thought I was having a fucking seizure because the quantum suit was taking the damage of the Hungry Node, and I was just rubber banding all over the fucking place. And it was like, fuck, just eat me already. Shit. Fucking annoying. Stupid. I hate the things. And I can't stand those damn taint biomes. They always have to be right where a damn vein is I need to get to. Pissed me off. Thaumcraft 4 is brutal. It's the best Magic mod. I actually like the lens thing. The thing where you have to go out and scan shit to figure out the element shit. I love that thing. If somebody would turn that into a research thing for a tech mod, it would be the best thing ever. To where, like, this bullshit up here in the corner that tells you what shit is, if you couldn't figure that out, if it literally locked that until you researched it and figured out what it was, and then it would tell you when you looked at it, I would fucking love it. But I'm not a magic person. I hate magic. Magic to me is a way of breaking the rules by just saying it's magic. Yes, I'm doing finger quotes. Shut up. I swear I'm part Italian. I talk with my hands. I literally took my hand off the keyboard and mouse to do that. But anyways, it's to me, magic is all about breaking the rules, where tech is about learning the rules and following the rules to get to the same place that magic can get you, but by following the rules, not breaking the rules. And I'm not a rule-breaking motherfucker. Like, that's the big difference between me and Junior. Junior will do things in a game just because he's not supposed to do them. He loves that shit. Well Done Magic just has its own rules. Yes, but they're rules that are stupid. Just most Minecraft mods are broke. I'll agree with that. And again, Thaumcraft actually has somewhat decent progression and shit. And as far as Magic Mods goes, Thaumcraft is the best one. I'm just not into Magic Mods. I don't need a hoe that'll magically grow my shit for me. That's why everybody hates Bearcore that plays with Thaumcraft, because it'll take your hoe growth away from you. By the way, Trins, I warn you, when you start porting Bearcore, if there's anything that uses bone meal, it gets taken away from you, which includes any tools that throw the bone meal of function. And so if somebody makes a port of Thaumcraft 4 with the Hoe of Growth, and they try to right click with it to do bone meal action, it'll eat their fucking Hoe of Growth, and that is intended. Because fuck you, stop using bone meal as an insta-grow shit. Fucking stupid. You don't know how many people hate that fucking shit. Your mod ate my Hoe of Growth. Did you try to bone meal with it? Yeah. Well, there you go. It literally told you in chat, stop cheating. Bad monkey. No cheating.
Yeah.
By the way, you did get those files, right?
Hmm.
Spiker said he sent you the
Oh, yeah,
files.
I did.
Okay.
Just haven't started working on it yet because, busy GTI.
Oh, yeah. I got it. I understand. I just want to make sure that you definitely got them. Okay, so
There's one thing that Crusher says that most tech mods probably follow is, because like OP there.
3, 6. Sorry, I'm 5. Trying to get you some red steel made so you can have a damn thing, and you still haven't made it to where I can make red steel without having to macerate all the fucking ingots down. You leave my hose alone. I'd take all your hoes. All your hoes belong to me. I'm amazed I haven't got any complaints from Aurora Fury about Bearcore eating their fucking hose lately. They also wanted us to add a config option for that, and I'm against that as well. No fucking config options. The idea is that Bearcore is my version of hardcore. It's not hardcore because you got to be able to do something stupid. Because what's the fun of playing Minecraft if you can't, do something stupid every now and then that'll get you killed? But if you're playing modded, you definitely should have, food set up. Not just stand around using bone meal to make fucking shit grow instantly. And Endermen just need to fuck the hell off and stop touching my yard. Bearcore does what exactly? Prevents you from sleeping so you can't abuse solar panels, and you can't completely avoid monsters in the overworld outside, because fuck that shit. If you're playing with fucking monsters, you know, if you don't want monsters, play them peaceful. If you want fucking monsters, set shit up so you don't have to deal with them. Stop fucking sleeping every fucking night. And basically it was made because XAR and I used to play with Axel, and Axel would make you fucking sleep every fucking night, so his solar panels would work 24/7. And you should not be able to use solar panels 24/7. They should have to have a cycle. If I was making a solar panel in a mod, I would make them have a cooldown every 10 minutes, because that's what a Minecraft day is, right? 10 minutes? Something like that. Yes, and it stops Enderman from picking up grass and dirt. I need to have Trins fix it so they also can't pick up sand. Because I live on a beach in GT 6, or next to a beach, and they keep taking my damn sand, which is now pissing me off too. Endermen need to stop being fucking thieves and stealing shit. They can pick up flowers, and they can pick up TNT, because that's just funny. But the little thieving bastards need to leave my damn yard alone. And actually, the reason why I originally did Bearcore where you couldn't sleep wasn't just because there's just some red steel so you can make you a wrench. Wasn't just because of the whole solar panels running for 24 hours, but it's also because I hate fucking being told, go to bed, go to bed. We need to sleep to stop the fucking monsters. No, fuck off. Eat my ass. We're playing with monsters. Deal with it. Pisses me off. Build walls. Put up lighting. Do something. Get off my ass. I got work to do. I'm not sleeping. Sleep when I'm fucking dead. And the whole solar panel thing. Sleeping was necessary on Ham, though. Yes, on Ham it was necessary. But Ham was also fucking ridiculous. And we're not talking about the Ham server, because it's your fault on that fucking server that my ass is a werebear. If Greg would have never seen you turn me into a fucking werewolf, I wouldn't be allergic to fucking silver, you asshole. I still say I should be able to kill you and stop being a werebear, because you're the one that made me a werewolf. Ain't that the way the fucking werewolf lore goes, that you kill the head werewolf and you stop being a werewolf? It's your fault. What do you mean, liar? Your ass turned my ass into a werebear. No, that's vampires. Oh. Well, fuck. I don't know my lore very well then. Trins should make sure to port that feature. No. Trins does not need to port that feature to fucking GTI. That feature needs to die with GT6. Especially the whole bear drops shit out of his inventory crap. Because that's annoying. I turned you, yes. But that's not why Greg did that. That's when he first did it. Well, he first did it because I bitched that there wasn't a use for Werebane. And then he decided that, well, there'll be a use for Werebane because you're going to be fucking allergic to it. Greg did it because you ran your mouth. You know, Greg does a lot of things because I run my mouth. To be perfectly honest, Greg has a thing with me and running my mouth. My mouth tends to get my ass into trouble a lot. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing? Plastic. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. Holy shit.
Well, I just found the bug.
What bug did you find?
Apparently, I accidentally made the sword recipe the shovel recipe.
You accidentally made the sword recipe the shovel recipe. How the hell did you manage that one?
Very simple, just the way I was adding recipes, I was copying and pasting code.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not how a sword works. Nice job. Fix your shit. Yeah, see exhibit applesauce. Hush it, you. All right. Oh, fuck. I've been muted because I coughed. You only made me basic circuits. I need good circuits. I need more Nan chips.
Oh, okay.
Also, the air vent doesn't have a recipe.
Hi, there's.
Well, it doesn't have one right now because I can't make it. And I was just looking at the plastic recipe, and I know what I said was it's supposed to be a catalyst, but even Greg in GT6 uses 1 liter of titanium tetrachloride per plastic sheet. So using 1296 naphtha and 1 tiny titanium dust really isn't that bad if you want to leave that as not a catalyst. But if you want to use it as a catalyst and it not use it, I'm okay with that as well. But at that point, you might as well just put a full titanium dust in there, because you're just going to have 8 small pieces of titanium sitting around doing absolutely fucking nothing. And I'm guessing that these are... Wait a minute. They're full of creosote. You know why they're full of creosote? Because this can't fucking run, because this is never fucking empty. Definitely got to figure out what the hell is up with the steam right now. Something is wrong. I don't know what it is, but something is wrong. And I don't know if you heard my whole bitching about that a few minutes ago, because I coughed and muted and didn't realize that I didn't do it. Okay, something's wrong with the steam, because if you remember correctly the other day, we put in aluminum and it used up our power really quick. Go watch. I'm going to throw in 4 aluminum dust right now, and those batteries are never going to drop. And so will the steam turbines, never going to drop. And these things are going to continuously fill. I don't know what's going on, why either we're making too much steam in the boilers, the turbines are not using the steam, or something. Not sure what the problem is. But for some reason we are not losing power when we run that blast furnace, and we absolutely should be.
Have we been using power at all this whole time?
No, we haven't used... I made all that red steel and turned around and cooked like 9 aluminum right after it, and never used any steam. Or never used any power. We should be hurting for power right now with all the aluminum I've made today. We've got almost an entire stack of aluminum ingots at this point, because I keep hearing the steam go psh, and I throw in more fucking aluminum because my brain's on other things. I knew that the steam was working right last Tuesday when we were here, or Wednesday, whatever the last day was we were here. Something between then and now has changed with the steam. I don't know which one it was, but one of them changed. Or not one of them, something has changed. Because we're not using the creosote, because the semi-fluid generator can't run because we're never running out of power. And like I said, I've just cooked for aluminum. It's cooking right now, the second ingot. And we've been running the ore washer, the MV macerator, and the stuff over here for the plastic has been kicking on every now and then. The roaster's been running, you know, all the things that should be taking power, and none of it is draining us.
I'm starting to think that just is outputting your power for some reason. Something.
Oh, you think it's not outputting power?
I think our base speed might be too power. I think that's what the problem might be.
Okay. Well, it's 11:30. I'm gonna go ahead and say, fuck it, call it a night. Let you figure that out. I feel like I'm cheating with this amount of power, and we'll finish up the plastic shit tomorrow after we know that the power stuff is fixed. And I've got to figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with all this sulfuric acid, because I didn't think about that with the dilute shit. Actually, that semi-fluid isn't the new thing. That semi-fluid has been there since we were in the old building. And it was running just fine the other day. Oh, you're just going to turn them off so they can't input? Did you turn this one?
Not yet.
There, I got it. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're just not using power, period. Which is weird because I can see the number. Watch this one here. Has this dropped at all? No. Okay, but if you watch this, you could, well, I could a minute ago. I don't see it now. I could see the steam level change every now and then. But not by much. It was just a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Those batteries should be dumping right now. Because that blast furnace is still going. It's disconnecting that one just to... Here. Yeah, the only thing that could be powering it right now is the semi-fluid, and it's only making LV, so it's definitely not doing it. So yeah, you boogered up something with the battery box somehow. Anyways, I gotta go do an old man break, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I'll leave the server up till you tell me you're done. Have fun, good luck, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice night.